this movie. Hey guys, welcome to another Christmas video. Yes, in this one, I'm going to be talking about, I think, one of the worst Christmas films I've ever seen in my entire life. It is called I'll Be Home for Christmas. 1998, starring home improvement kid himself, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So, the story of this movie is basically about a kid. He's in high school, and he is like this, I guess, popular kid in college. And she has to start off right now with how this movie starts. It doesn't feel like they're in college. It feels like they're in high school. The way the rooms are set up, it feels like a private high school. The lockers and everything, it feels like it's high school. And the way characters act in this movie, it feels like high school. So, just saying. But it's about this kid named Jake, and basically he's just like this troublemaker kid, and he rips off bullies so they can cheat on tests and all that stuff. And basically his parents, well, his dad mostly, wants him to come home for Christmas, because every year since he's been at college, he doesn't come home for Christmas because he's an asshole. That's simple as that. He's just an asshole. Doesn't want to see his family on Christmas. And yeah, the movie does a horrible, horrible job of portraying these characters as likable or even as decent human beings. This entire movie is filled with shitty, terrible, piece of shit characters. They're horrible, horrible people, and you want to see all of them die by the end of the movie. The movie begins with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, his nerdy friend who's always getting picked on, and you think, oh, maybe he stands up for his nerdy friend. No, he just wants him as his servant. And then his girlfriend's played by Jessica Biel, and she's not even a likable character. Like, nothing about this movie is likable. So his dad, played by Gary Cole, basically bribes his son to come home for Christmas. He bribes him, he offers him a brand new Porsche so he can come home for Christmas. And that's the story. That's when the plot kicks in. The main character, Jake, is like, hey, I can finally go home because I'm getting a new car. Because that's what Christmas is all about. It's about materialistic things. It's not about spending time with your family. If you're getting a new car, that's all that matters. Fuck this movie. And there's another asshole character in this movie. He's like the antagonist. He's always trying to go after Jake's girlfriend. You could barely tell who the bad person is. Is it the main character or is this asshole? They're both such assholes. Like, who am I supposed to be rooting for? The asshole main character or the asshole guy that's trying to take his girlfriend? Basically, the asshole, not the main character asshole, the other asshole, basically screws over Jake and gets these jocks to kidnap Jake and glue a Santa Claus suit on him and throw him in the middle of the desert. It's not even a prank. It literally is. They almost murdered this kid. God help it if he actually died. I'd be okay with that because then the movie would be over. But he actually died. These kids, all of them, are going to prison. So, yeah. And that's the biggest part of the movie is Jake dressing up as a Santa Claus, glued to him. He's got a Santa suit glued to him, and he's trying to get home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. And the movie, I thought, like, I remember when I first watched this, I'm like, maybe the movie will get funny now. It's like a road trip movie now. He's on his way home to Christmas, and maybe he's an unlikable character. He grows to be more likable through his journey. Not at all. Not at all. He runs into more asshole characters, and probably one of the stupidest characters ever put to film.
Hang on, Santa, I'm coming!
This guy who thinks he's Santa Claus, I don't know if he's mentally challenged or not, but he literally thinks this 19-year-old kid who has a Santa Claus suit glued to him, he thinks he's Santa Claus. Like, what? I don't know. But then, yeah, they try to go on their journey with this. He goes on his journey with this guy, and then he sees on the highway, when he's on the highway with him, he sees his girlfriend is now taking a ride home with the other asshole guy. And it leads to probably one of the dumbest lines in the movie. So,
are you saying that's Mrs. Claus in that car with another guy? Mrs. Claus stepping out on Santa, letting some other guy down the chimney? Why, that two-timing hoe!
And yeah, after all that stupid shit happens, he goes to a charity thing because this cop thinks he's like a Santa who like gives to kids and stuff. So I don't know. The story has to progress somewhere. And then he runs into this police officer, and then this police officer asks him for a favor. This police officer cheated on his wife, and he wants Jake, the main character, to help him get his wife back. Why? I have no idea why he's asking some 19-year-old kid to get his wife back. And his reason is, well, she would listen to Santa Claus. I'm like, do people not realize he is just a child? He's a 19-year-old kid glued to a Santa suit. He is not actually Santa Claus. Like, what is wrong with people? And it also leads to a very weird scene where Jake writes down a song so this cop could sing to his wife. He cheated on his wife, and now he sings to her, and she wants him back now, and it's all happily ever after. I'm like, Christmas movies, guys, cheat on your wife, but sing for her, and she'll take you back. That's how life works. And then it leads to probably the most embarrassing improv comedic scene I've ever seen put to film. Just watch.
Ho, 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 Tubby. Secret Fat Man handshake. Arrive. You know, confidentially speaking, just between us Santas, don't you ever get tired of wearing this suit? I mean, every year it's the same suit. Red, 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 red. I mean, does any guy really look good in red? I don't think so. Got room in the sled for two? Thanks. I really appreciate it. You're a pal.
That right there just shows you why Jonathan Taylor Thomas can never be a stand-up comedian. And again, it leads to him trying to catch up to his girlfriend who's with the asshole guy. And then he like watches on the television that she kissed him on television. That bitch. And then he meets her at a hotel. And then she's got a hotel room with him, which really doesn't look good. And then she's like, well, it's not my fault. We were under the mistletoe. I'm like, well, that is mistletoe logic. So, yeah, then she finds out the truth about him. He's really trying to go home so he can get a Porsche. And now she realizes that her boyfriend is an asshole. I don't know why she didn't realize that 4 years ago, but he's a dick. And, yeah, she kind of leaves him stranded. And then randomly, probably the best part of the movie is he takes a ride home with the other asshole guy, which this should have been the whole movie right here. Two jackasses on the road. That's the real romance of the movie. These two guys in a car together. But while they're driving, the main guy says to the asshole guy that, oh, I'm finally going to get home and, I can finally get my dad's Porsche. Then the guy pulls over and he's just like, I need you to step out of the car. Then he's like, what? He's like, well, I can't have someone having a nicer car than me, and I can't do something nice for a human being. It'd be bad for my reputation. I'm like, wow. Just when I thought maybe we could get an interesting movie about two jackasses on the road, he kicks him out of the car. And he talks about reputation. Who has a reputation in college? It's college, people. You go there to get your degree, and there's no reputation. Again, this is high school shit, but whatever. And then he enters a Santa Claus race. Yeah, he just randomly walks, and then all these other Santa Clauses are there, and they're entering a Santa Claus race. The winner gets $1,000. What a coincidence. He wins the race. He beats the mayor, I think, and then he realizes the mayor gives his money to charity. So the one good deed the main character does is he gives the money back to the mayor. That was nice of him. One good deed out of 10 million bad ones. And then he smuggles himself on an airplane and gets home. I don't know how, but it rushes the plot further so you can stop watching the movie. And he steals a sleigh and runs over a bunch of carolers. I don't know if he kills them or not, but the movie clearly doesn't care, so why should we care? And then he stops in front of his girlfriend's house because coincidentally, this girlfriend of his that he met in college lives a few houses down from him. They fail to mention that in the movie. Then he's just like, hey, what's up, babe? Bye. And he just leaves her. It's like, what? And then he goes home and he takes her with him. He goes back and gets her and takes her to his house. And he realizes, oh, watch this. And then she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm looking at my family. He's proving a point. I'm going to show up to dinner a minute late so I don't get the Porsche. And it shows that I'm a good person. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does. So he shows up home. The dad tries to give him the Porsche, and he's like, "No, Dad, it's okay. A few more Christmases together, then I'll get the Porsche. I'm a spoiled guy. I can wait a few more years." And then the movie ends with them all getting on the sleigh that he stole, by the way, and that he ran people over with, but whatever. They get on the sleigh, happily ever after. That's the movie, I'll Be Home for Christmas. What works about this movie? Absolutely nothing. What doesn't work? Everything. One of the worst Christmas movies I have ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, I don't know how it was made. It was like one of those stupid 90s movies. They wanted to put Jonathan Taylor Thomas and everything because when he did Home Improvement and The Lion King, they wanted him and everything. And then when 2000 hit, no one wanted to hire him at all because they realized he was not talented or likable or enjoyable to watch. I'll Be Home for Christmas. Do I recommend it? No. Join the dark side.